Hi, my name is Rachel Gold, and I am a junior at Arizona State University. And I chose option two for my final exam to discuss about women in politics and how the media kind of distorts and obstructs women running for politics and how that has a negative impact on representation of women in politics. So I kind of took my paper in a direction that I started off talking about Hillary Clinton and how when she was running for a presidential election in 2016 against Donald Trump, they really took her look, her appearance into account, and the media really belittled and objectified her and used the stereotype of a woman and used that to kind of reduce her down just to the basic stereotype of a woman. And I used Christina Holzbacher. She's a professor at university in Germany, and she said that politics is still regarded as a male business because manly men doing manly things in manly ways. Um, and it's one of the main ways that media obstructs women in terms of using their appearance as a stereotype and only focusing on that rather than their policy issues. And I also talked about how Women's Republic, they they wrote a piece about the connection between misogyny and women and politics, and they talked about when Theresa May and Nicola Sturgeon were discussing about Brexit. And there was an article from the Daily Mail that came out the next day, um, and it was talking about these two women in British politics, and they talked about um, Legxit versus Brexit, and they said forget Brexit, who won Legxit, and it's a perfect example as to how the media does not take women seriously in politics in terms of their stances and their policy issues. They really use their physical appearance to that it really takes over everything in terms of their policy issues aren't covered as much as they needed to be or need to be, and we really focus more on their physical appearance. I also talked about, in retrospect, I found an article talking about, in the Atlantic, talking about a woman can regain their her ground if she directly confronts and responds to media when and say that her appearance has no place in politics and in the media, and it's not her appearance is not news, which I found is very interesting. When Hillary Clinton ran for president, she during an interview with CNN, she really denounced when asked about her physical appearance. She really denounced it and said, "If I want to wear my hair back, if I want to wear my glasses, I'm going to because I don't need to focus on my appearance to make me look to make my intelligence um, stronger, basically. I don't need to to prove my intelligence through my appearance. And I also talked about another way women are obstructed in the media in politics is that women are more associated with communal issues, and they're more associated with softer, gentler issues like domestic policy, social welfare programs, and it really leaves women in a confine of a double bind in terms of does she conform to her traditional stereotype to keep her supporters and stay in her safe place? Or does she stare down the faces of misogyny um, and discuss more masculine and male dominated issues of economy and maybe foreign policy? And I saw a quote in the Frederick and Kenny book saying that although female senators are significantly more likely than their male colleagues to mention their issues on policy and on their website, female senators still significantly receive less media coverage, even though they are talking about it more than males. So I thought that was very interesting as well. And two pieces of advice that I would give someone, a woman running for politics, is that number one, the system of politics is against you. It's against women. It's targeted against women. It's a male-dominated force, and female politicians serve as role models for aspiring women in political activity, and you have to take that in terms of, as the political system is against you, you have to take that as more motivation, as more representation for women to be in politics. And another one of my advice was to not apologize for who you are. Women have a tendency to feel like they need to apologize when they are being their true authentic self, and I think that's the number one thing when women are running for politics. If you have the proper experience and you have the proper intelligence and knowledge, do not feel like you need to apologize to your male colleagues for who you are. um, and that is it. All right, thank you so much.